Hi, I'm Frank Vuono. As Ron said, I'm a partner in 16W Marketing. Note 16W for a purpose. We've decided to have our business here for over the last 20 years. I am a lifelong resident of Lyndhurst, New Jersey, so I'm a Bergen County resident as well. My family has been there for 100 years. All I want to call attention to, I'll keep my comments short because I've thrown out my notes, having heard a lot of what I was already going to say. Real quickly, first, some 50 years ago when I was growing up, people mentioned what this used to be. All I can say is there were great people who came on board who, with the cooperation of the public and the private sector, had a tremendous vision for what this place could be. And this became the worldwide model for what a sports complex could be. So much so that it was broadcasted as such and branded as such around the country, national and international television, and attracted worldwide events. So there was a tremendous vision there. I've been in the business for 32 years. I've gone to school here. I wrote my thesis on gambling in Atlantic City. I'd love to share that with you someday. 30 years ago when I went to Princeton, a lot of, unfortunately, what I said would happen has happened down there. I'm sympathetic to that. I think there's no question we should focus on the economy there, and bringing that under a state organization seems like a great idea. But similarly, here we have a state organization. We have public and private cooperation. We've got a tremendous start. I've consulted for 16 teams in the NFL. I spent a year and a half in New Orleans working on behalf of the NFL, bringing back the New Orleans Saints to New Orleans. And last night was a tremendous celebration of what could be accomplished with the public and the private sector. It's a great vision. The federal government, the local government, believe me, which was a lot more disorganized and dysfunctional than the state of New Jersey's government, was able to rally and that's a compliment. was able to rally and bring $180 million of FEMA money into rallying New Orleans, and there was a cooperation between sports and entertainment and saving that city after the devastation of Katrina. I've been part of such developments in Cleveland, in Baltimore, in places that were a lot worse off than we have it here. We've got a tremendous start here. We've got a tremendous new stadium. We've got a great facility ultimately in Xanadu once that gets together. And we've got a tremendous opportunity with enthusiastic support and a vision, just like the vision like 45, 50 years ago when this was called the Swamps, and I was working at a little place called Sportland here, digging golf balls out of the mud. This has a tremendous opportunity. You have what's in place to make this happen. The businesses in this area support that. If it takes gaming revenue to be the engine that drives that, or part of the engine that drives it, so be it. It'll be successful. If you recall, with the original vision for this place, the racetrack was a real important part of the economic engine that drove the development of the rest of the sports complex. So I ask you please not to abandon the plan or not to dump the Sports and Exposition Authority, because I haven't seen the plan. You asked earlier, Assemblywoman, what's the vision for Xanadu? What can it be? I haven't heard that question asked about what this whole complex could be. And I challenge you all to make sure we have an answer for that before we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Sir?